surprised if they were sitting a little bit deep to try and counter that as Nick Owen just walks by, a favourite of ours. It's going to be a cracking contest.
If there's any team that's capable of matching up perfectly.
If they were sitting a little bit deep to try and counter that as Nick Owen just walks by, a favourite of ours. It's going to be a cracking contest.
Comes in from Downs, crowded box off the head of Zupo. Not their ball, but clearly off Zupo's head as it's thrust in, and McDonald to the back post. A heavy touch lets in a striker, and then Cohen tries an early strike just to catch Giansopoulos off guard, but it's wide to the left.
Again, they go in the Cartwright direction, floats over. Oh, it's Cohen flicking onto the back post, and coming around the back was Pearce. And they were drawn as this by fall for man. He slipped in behind. Gorry was there. Brilliant intervention from Scott, and then driven into the...
Flicked on, and then scooped back in. It's a real spot of bother for the Lions. The whipped in, and collected from Voss, but not to the dead ball. Fires into the box. Flicked on from Mulroney and out for a corner.
What can Downs do with this one? He curls it into the mixer. It floats towards Cartwright, who gets a bit on it. Bustling to the ball, controlled it and set it up for the cross. It's floating in, but a safe bare hands from Giants. The pace to burn. Gorry looks to get in behind Scut. The ball just held up on the turf a bit. They're in no uncertain terms. Cartwright looking to bustle. That's got in the back of Zupo. I thought they got a touch on it. Cartwright there. That seemed a fairly blatant foul, so probably a good thing he didn't score. We would have had a real moment of controversy.
Nugent, who finds Cartwright direct, and then Cohen fancies a long bomb. That's outrageous. Smith. It's one well, one nicely from Cuthbertson. And Dennehy's in late and is presented. McDonald inboard, finds Cartwright, who dishes back, and go back and find Grattan. First touch gives him a bit of room, and he fires long. There's an interesting ball in the finish. Not sure it ended up.
Looks to centre it and does so to Joel Stone. They're on here if he can work it to Gorry. Slices it wide on his left. Fake the pass to Stone, then drops it to Sison at the top of the box. And
work on Gorry. Mulroney's kept on running a ball into the box of the back post. It's almost very... Zupo on the ball now. Big Zupa Duper goes long. It's ricocheted off. Downs receives the return ball. Looks to nip by Grattan. Grattan does well. Tackles him.
Duo of Mulroney and Grattan, though, who did just enough, but did well to beat the first centre-back as Scout. The slippery turf as towards the back post. Brody Dennehy crossing towards man. Floats over. All heads to out after this on the left-hand flank. He curls it in towards Dennehy. Couldn't get a touch. In perfect conditions for football. And a real arm wrestle developing. We thought it would be an interesting game. Cartwright again. So play on anyway. Another chance for Downs to show his dead ball proficiency. And the big stalk gets his head on it.
A striker's ball. The banana slugs will have it thrown in and cleared once more. There's a bit of that going on, Drewster.
Fairly similar mould as this one's whipped in towards man. And it might fall for him. Nugent was there to cover Cuthbertson, who'd slipped. Downs away eventually. Flicks on. Barnard lobs it up. Dennehy to duel with Scott. It might fall for Dennehy, but Voss was on
a yellow shirt instead of a blue one. Falls for Downs, who tries a long-range effort. Burn him off now, Stone. It's a lovely through ball looking for Dennehy. He meets it. It's a shocker of a shot.
Two here. Centres it for Stone. He lets it run. Does Gorry, a bit of a coming together. Man with a shot. Man with a goal. Well, there you go. In the blink of an eye, the strikers have come firing out. We said there was a man who needed to get more of it. It was
fashion as Cartwright gets it through to Pearce. Comes back off Grattan. Half a sniff. Thrown down the line from Stalker. Holds up and it's perfect for Smith. He heads looking for Man into the back. So Man sits up, strikes it nicely. Doesn't catch nil apiece as it's won by Dennehy, who finds Smith. Man left the screen. Some passionate yelling at Sison. In it comes from Man. It curls into the top window. Braden Mann adds another one. 2-0 here at the Den. In the flash of an eye, the strike.
140 minutes of football down at the Den for Braden Mann this year as Giansopoulos launches it long. He might get on this one too. Man gets a piece of it. He's done it again. Braden Mann with a hat-trick within the first 7 minutes of the second half. He's flicked the switch and destroyed the Lions. That was absolutely sublime. Not again, question marks over Voss. He's not judged.
He's the man, Braden. Been superb. This is Downs territory. Not too far off, just over the bar.
Some suspect keeping, but geez, he's taken full advantage. Give him an inch, he'll take a mile. And
They do seem to be losing the plot a little bit in terms of their aggression, and it falls for Cohen. Something looks to use his pace. It's a nice ball for Dennehy, and it's onto the goal frame. And finds Cartwright through and finds Cohen, and out on the right is back over quickly, looking for Man. Man, what a touch! He's in. Can he make it 4? Tremendous save. One by Barnard, flicked on from Gorry. Nugent lets in Dennehy, and he rattles.
Vasky asking if the wind has been a big factor. I can tell the viewers at home that it's pretty much complete. Pete Saville had to say to them at half time as Cartwright and Cuthbertson gets his header on it, but Joel Stone at the top of the box demanding the ball. Instead he goes to the back post. Barnard! Shane Cartwright bursting into the box. He cuts it back towards the back post where Nathaniel Taylor is. He'll be very carefully staying on his line, I'd have thought, after seeing what he did to Voss. This one clatters into Pearce in the wall. Stalker away only as far as Dennehy. His shot deflects, and it'll be another corner. Stone sends in the corner towards the back post. It's headed home by Smith. Dom Smith gets on the score sheet. 4-0. They've fallen apart, the Lions. It was a good first 45, but they are being put to the sword here. The Devonport strikers.
Perfectly honest, 4-0. Commanding lead as it comes long into the box. Swatted away by Gene Sopoulos. Absolutely the keeper of the season to date. As it comes to the back post. McDonald had a nice effort. It was blocked away. Head of Mulroney picks out Gorry. Looks to beat one in Scut. He blocks his run and receives a yellow card for his and it comes. Cuthbertson cuts off, falls for Stone, a fizzing drive.
Nodded away. Deflected, and it's going to be a shot. Is it going to curl in at the far on the left? Takes a fortuitous deflection in the path of Barnard. Oh.
Dyson, it's there for Gorry. What can he do? He's got numbers and plenty of options. Opts for Barnard, who fires home. It's 5-0 down here at the Den. Barnard continues his rich vein of goal-scoring form and fires home. Nudged out and back in. Zupo tried to clear. And it falls for Pearce, who tries.
There's a space through the middle. Braden Mann for number 4. He's hacked down by Grace. Does he play on?
Tall frame of Cartwright puts it in the middle for Trent Pearce, who's kept on moving. Finds Danny Cohen, who blasts wide. Thrown in now. It's a long one from Pearce into the box. Flicked on from Zupo. Gene Sopoulos.
Light him up, light him up, light him up.